Hello everyone and welcome to today's virtual open house for the Diploma in Cuisine. I'm here with Chef Eric Bediat, our head of cuisine at Le Cordon Bleu, and we'll be starting with some questions that we get commonly asked, followed by some live questions from the attendees. So thank you again for being here, Chef Eric.
Matilda, thank you.
What makes the Diploma in Cuisine program at Le Cordon Bleu unique?
I think we can answer in different ways here. I think predominantly obviously the name, the Cordon Bleu, and the brand itself. Over next year will be 130 years anniversary. So that's obviously a lot of history, culinary history. Additionally, of course, the teachers, obviously coming from the industry, are obviously highly skilled, and then obviously trained to be teachers, so they have a lot of professional experience. And also, I think our methodology, teaching methodology, obviously working on demonstrations, so the students really see how the products are made. They get obviously all the knowledge behind it. There's a lot of interaction and asking questions. And obviously, the second part, the most important part, is obviously to reproduce, to get feedback, to have the product tested. So it's really the whole thing is quite important for the part of the diploma.
Absolutely. And going into that, what are the main skills and techniques that the students will learn during the 9-month program?
In 9 months, probably too much, I think.
We can start with the basic, for instance.
Yeah, I mean, as a basic, of course, it's called the classic cycle. Okay, so it's based on classical French. That's the first thing. After that, the basic level will be very much starting from scratch. So this means nice skills. This means everything that involves that with hygiene, food safety, health and safety. And then it goes into categories. So this will be between butchery, fish, filleting, multiple techniques on that, working on different categories of meat, poultry, and so on. And obviously basic pastry, but obviously the savory side of things with lots of different doughs, sauces, okay, very important. Multiple sauces. And that is obviously initially maybe just techniques, and after that it moves on into complete dishes. Okay, where you would work on different components. Intermediate level. Regional French cuisine, okay, then European, okay, so we go to Europe as well, and that will be based on extending a bit more on the other techniques in obviously in each individual region and products, regional products in France, and obviously Europe, that could be techniques, that could be products too, that from maybe different parts of Europe. There is the dishes, some of it will be classic. Some of it will be reviewed. Some of it would be a complete revisited way of making them. Okay, so not a classical traditional way. Superior level skills there will go a bit more broader. So you'll probably go towards the world. And using same techniques, skills, okay, but still grounded in French classics.
Perfect.
Okay? So you still have that grounded there. But superior was a bit different because we want the student to be more, to move to that creative step, so which is different to the 2 levels below. So meaning we give them opportunity to be a lot more creative. So that might be just as how we run the workshops. That might be how we plate, for example, and it might be events around that, okay, within the program.
And going into that as well, so the curriculum, how is it structured? live demonstrations, kitchen classes. How does a student, well, like what's a typical day for a student?
Typical day. Typical day where there could be one demonstration, one practical. Okay, so each of them would be 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Each level, I mean, to start with, we start from the 9 months, then you go down to, let's see, basic, intermediate, superior, each of them 11 months.
Yeah.
Sorry, what am I saying? 11 weeks.
11 weeks, yeah.
11 weeks. And then I will see on a daily basis, it could be one demonstration, one practical, each one 3 hours. Okay. Could be free. So this means the third one could be a lecture, maybe 3 hours. We do have lectures as well on different topics. So it could be free, 3 hours, 6, 9 hours.
Perfect.
A day.
And when a student goes into the kitchen class, have they seen the recipe beforehand?
Yes.
How to make it?
So yes, definitely. It could have been seen directly beforehand, possibly, or it could be possibly a bit delayed. Okay, so you could have. So this is why good note taking is important.
Very important.
It's good to be good at it. To have a good system in place. But not only that, obviously the student can take the photos of what the chefs has produced as something as a memory of the dish, to be able to reproduce it in all its details.
Yeah.
Okay, and of course test what the chef has made to try to reproduce the same taste.
Yeah. And what kind of support does a student get, especially if they are, attending the 9-month program? Is there a mentorship program? How are the students supported?
There's a lot of support. So obviously, I'll talk about the chefs first, because the students will see the chefs on a daily basis. So we are obviously on the front line. So here, yes, we have a mentorship system in place. The way it works is that each group is of 16 students maximum. Okay, here, and one chef is obviously allocated to the group, which they would be their first contact. Okay, and looking after them through the term. So they can obviously make contact with them through Teams and so on if they go any specific query. And there's also set meetings during the term with the group. To obviously that might be related at the beginning, related to really make sure the students are, they're comfortable in obviously the beginning of their program, answer any queries. Well, maybe towards the end of the program when it comes to stressful assessment time.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one part of it. But not only that, because obviously there's the academic department as well, which follows obviously the students. They have their part to play as well. If some students obviously struggling, so they could have regular meetings with them and see how they can support them. So there's a lot of support in place. Okay, a lot.
That's good. And will the program focus on obviously the actual techniques and the foundational understanding of how to make these dishes and how to make them taste great is amazing. But do you focus on the visual side of things, so plating, for instance?
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's definitely very important. But we do that gradually. Obviously, at the beginning, as basic level, and following on with intermediate, really just reproducing what the chef has made. Yeah. Okay, so it's about, which is no different if you think about a restaurant. If you're working as a commie, what you be asked to do, you won't be asked to create. You'll be asked to, are you able to reproduce the same thing as the chef wants? So it's very much like that first. So understanding the precision of the plating. So yes, definitely, it's very important. It's even more now with obviously social media. Yeah. But also need to be good with obviously the tasting side of things.
Yeah, very important.
This is very important, and this is based on good techniques. Being obviously, being able to season very well, being able to use products in the right manner. So yeah, all is definitely covered and taught. Yeah.
And to prepare them as well.
To prepare them, yeah, for sure.
For the industry. So how are the students assessed in the course? There are exams. And in terms of kind of every day, you know, when they're in the practical classes, are they assessed in there? Just give us an overall understanding about how the assessments work.
Well, during the program is the continuous assessment or progressive assessment that we do. So the students are marked throughout the program, okay, from not the first 3 lessons, okay, that might make you feel a bit better maybe. But after that, yes, we assess on various criteria in the kitchen, which will be, that will be organization, hygiene, health and safety.
Yeah.
We see all the techniques that needs to be covered, the techniques that be covered, the teamwork too. Okay, although we are working individually, you know, we know in the industry, the hospitality industry, it's all about teams working together. So that's important too. And of course, the chefs taste all your dishes. Okay, and they assess it, which is very important. Students love this. They want their dishes tested, and they are, to get some feedback, whether it's on texture or the taste, and whether the techniques have been correctly completed. So that's the progressive assessment. And of course, there is a final assessment. There has to be one, okay, to make sure that the students are, I would say, strong enough to move to the next level. Okay, and this would be in different areas. First of all, the most important is the practical assessment, which is one of the dishes from the program. There is a few that the student will need to be ready for, and they will need to be completed within a specific time, and pass at least 50%. And of course, there is a theory exam, but that's just for basic and intermediate. So the theory side of things, which is based on what is delivered in demonstration. Okay, so this relates to techniques, ingredients, okay, that the chefs share when they deliver their demonstration. So that's the main bulk of it on assessment. Superior is quite different. It's a level up. Okay, so here we ask the student to do a portfolio. So there's a lot more personal work on this one, which is composed of assignment. So quite a bit of writing to be done on different topics. And obviously the assignment which relate to the culinary side of things, meaning creating their own recipes. Okay, but this involves obviously recipe writing. This involves food costing. So, and obviously planning. Okay, all is part of a portfolio that needs to be submitted, that the student need to prepare during the term. So yeah, a bit more heavy on personal work.
And they kind of have the ability at that point to be able to take on the next step.
Well, yes. I mean, it's overall it's 9 months. So over 6 months they'll build on culinary skills. A good strong foundation, and they will see we prepare them for that level, which is the final one.
Perfect. And in terms of opportunities in the real world, such as internships or work placements, how do we help with that? Do we have a program that helps with that?
Yes, we do. I mean, we do propose the internship program at a cost of 3 months, which you would be going to an employer that could be obviously within this country here, but that could be obviously internationally with one of our sponsors. So that's a perfect opportunity to obviously being able to work, to have a bit of experience, okay, before you move to maybe go back to a different country and start your career, to gain a bit of experience. Additionally, I mean, we will have a career fair here. So this means we invite obviously industry leaders to come and meet our students. So that is open to all students to be able to make connections. But that could help obviously careers maybe abroad as well. And thirdly, within the cuisine diploma, we obviously have our restaurant called. So the Cord restaurant has second premises in London, which is also a culinary school on the basement. So here we do run, with the superior students, we do run an event which they have to prepare for on a set menu and on the actual restaurant. So the same as a normal restaurant would work, okay, over 2 days. So students really like this. And, it's a little taste of what it's like.
Yeah.
Okay,
real service.
It doesn't compare to obviously the industry, to be in school or from culinary side. It's still, with teaching, but so over there they get a taste of what it's like. Yeah, actually.
So for a student that has no experience, hasn't really cooked before, but has a strong desire to enter the industry and has always been passionate about food. Should they be nervous, or are they going to be one of many that haven't really got any experience that come here?
Oh, plenty. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, nervous. Yes, plenty of nervous students on day one. On orientation, but it's like any challenge. The students. I mean, if you have an interest in food, you want to learn. You don't even need to be particularly have a focused professional goal. That's the beauty of the Cordon Bleu. You have all ages. You could have somebody who's 20 and just want to learn how to cook and wants to be a professional, or you could have somebody who's I think the oldest one I remember has been 82 or 83, who want to learn and have fun. Okay, and that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's fine. That works very well. So no, there's no really any fear. Okay, it's just about learning new skills, and plus everything else around it. International network. You'll meet people from the four corners of the globe. So it's great to make connections, to make friends, and to learn about the cuisine too, because you'll be automatically sharing with other students. And I think that's quite important.
Absolutely, and like-minded as well, like-minded people.
That's right.
It's the nice thing about culinary school. You're all kind of in the same
area. But that's why you all wear the same jacket.
Yeah.
So you know why you're here, and you know what the focus is.
Absolutely. So we're actually getting some questions from the attendees at the moment.
Right.
So the first one is, with the internship pathway, how do you help with the students to prepare them to be able to find the internship?
To find internship, okay. Well, it may come in two ways. First of all, well, not even two actually. Obviously, we have our partners. Yes. So that will be then proposed. Okay. Then the students may be interested in where they want to go. Okay. So then we can, see if we can partner, or there's something that can be done there. But also, it's going to be on ability. Okay. So this means you will need to reach a certain threshold in terms of performance. Okay, over until about intermediate level, to see if where we allocate you or where you want to go, you're going to be good enough. You will be okay there. Okay. There's very little point to send a student where it's just we know that business is a business. Okay, it's no school. Okay, where it's going to be maybe too hard, too tough, and maybe a student would benefit from a place which is a bit more a slower transition. Okay, which is perfectly fine, where they need to grow maybe slower. Okay, in a different kind of atmosphere. So it's about finding the right place, the right students, and at the same time, it's about fulfilling their wish. Okay.
Absolutely, and the partners really do range from everything, don't they?
So the partners is so wide. I mean, it will be 5-star hotels, Michelin stars, of course. Okay, from different kind of restaurants. All kinds.
And as you said, it's up to the students. It's what they want. So, for instance, 5-star Hotels, you're going to do big covers and you're going to learn how to work really fast and efficiently. Whereas Michelin stars, obviously the covers are smaller, but you're going to focus more on the details. So
I think the chefs, you know, they're really keen to, let's see, fulfill the students' wishes. But you know, it's for sometimes it's maybe a student's character. A place might benefit them better. Yes. Okay.
Absolutely. So we have another question. So how ready will I be for a job in a professional kitchen? At what level can I expect to get a job? I assume this is after the completion of the full diploma.
Well, you be ready. It really depends. It depends. It's a difficult question to answer. Because some students sometimes have previous ability. Okay, you got to take that into account. So it means they can maybe expect a different position. Okay, they can use that. For somebody who has no experience, does the Diplôme de Cuisine. I would say, you know, for me, I think it's good to start from the bottom. Right. And I think you'll find that you'll go quite quickly.
Exactly.
It is. Because you'll find your feet. You'll find until you find your feet. You find that you're getting a bit more comfortable. And as soon as that happens, I mean, after that, you know, in the industry, you know, especially if you're in the lower position, it tends to go a bit quicker. Okay. If you're willing, if you've got the right attitude, okay, it doesn't go unnoticed. Okay, never.
Absolutely.
Okay, so and are we getting you ready? Yes, you'll learn a lot of skills, but they do need to be practiced a lot. Okay?
Like anything, really. You have to
like
keep
anything.
Up.
Okay. So yes, there are many skills you will repeat here. You'll certainly be proficient in quite a lot of them. But you know, the teachers teaching, you know, for whatever they do, they've done it thousands of times, if not millions. Okay. And that's quite different. Okay. So you'll need to do this obviously through the industry over many years. There's no culinary school in the world that's going to make you perfect. You'll have a range of skills, and then you'll progress depending where and construct your career. Okay.
And also, you're going to have been classically trained, so we'll give you the skills to do well. But again,
and the employers, you know, they do want, you know, classically trained chefs, because they know it's a good base of skills, which gonna help from day one in the kitchen. Okay. And to be honest, if you start a lower rank, you know, you're going to do what they want you to do. Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
Thank you, Chef. So the next question is, I can't drink alcohol or eat pork. Is this a problem on the course?
Okay. No, because we are very flexible with that. Okay, we adapt. Quite simply. There's either. I mean, first of all, there's not a lot of pork on the program. I think that was the first thing to say. Whereby sometimes it can just be substituted. It can be just omitted. If it's in a case of alcohol, if it's sauces or anything like that, quite often it can be done without it. Okay. Sometimes maybe there will be the odd times where it can't be changed. Okay. It depends. I mean, to be honest, it's a conversation with the student directly.
Absolutely.
It's about both sides. It's about them not being afraid to ask. Okay. It's about us also at the same time to be aware of this, and we know, you know, when there's pork, when there's alcohol, and this. Okay. But the student shouldn't be afraid to ask. Okay, because there's always a solution. I mean, we try and keep, you know, the clients happy.
Exactly, and we're very international here, so this is not an uncommon question.
Exactly.
At the very same time, if there was, for instance, a time where alcohol couldn't be admitted from a specific source or recipe, the student may have to make it, but they do not have to taste anything that they don't want to.
Of course, definitely.
So there's always we can accustom. So, will I have time to work while I study this diploma?
Good question.
It's a good question.
Depends.
Yeah.
If you do Grand Diplôme, not very much.
No. So the
that
diploma
means cuisine and pastry, but here we're talking about the cuisine diploma.
Yeah.
I mean, it's yes. The issue, probably the issue you'll face is that obviously your schedule will be ready in advance. Okay, there can be sometimes some changes to it. Okay, so you'll need to find an employer who can adapt to this, okay, potentially. But it won't be a massive amount of time around it. But yes, it's possible. Some students do work on the side. Yeah. I mean, the main advice from our side would be to be careful so it doesn't go over your studies. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've seen it before where students just really focus on just working, and it goes against their studies.
Exactly. You don't want it to affect the course itself.
Exactly. So be careful with that side. After that, it will be whether you have the right to work in UK.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Which is quite important. You need to think about obviously your visa. See if you're able to work in this country.
Yeah. And with the program as well. So each certificate, so each term is 3 months, and when you start the terms, you get 3 months worth of schedule. So what we always advise students is if you are able to work in the UK and you want to have a part-time job, just wait until you get your schedule because it will account for the whole first 3 months. You can then show your employer your schedule, see if you can work around it. But in any case, it's about 15 to 20 hours of classes per week. So it's very dependent on the job. I think if you are doing part-time work that you can do around the schedule, as long as you are putting as much effort into your course as you are to outside things, then we would never say no.
Well, no, we'll just be advice. Yeah.
Exactly, just advice.
Up to you after that.
Yeah. So will I be able to apply the skills to any cuisine? So I guess with that question, we do a lot of French cuisine in the diploma. What other types of cuisines do you do?
You mean within the diploma?
Yeah, within the diploma. Like, is there any within the diploma? Do you touch on skills? You said that you do European cuisine. Do you do anything else like grander than Europe?
No, it would be. We can't call it a cuisine. We can't call it a cuisine. We can call it using other skills from other type of cuisine.
Yeah.
Okay, using products around the world into classically grounded based dishes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of the foundational techniques in French cuisine can obviously be used to make other things.
Can they be used in other cuisines? Yes, of course. Yeah, of course. I mean, as simple as, of course they can. Yeah. Yeah. Even the simplest basic cutting skills, definitely it can be applied. It's a good base. Yeah, it's a good base. Well, of course, in some other cuisine they don't make sauces like this. They don't, but. You don't need to limit yourself. You can start with this and then move and learn another cuisine. You're always going to pick up something. Something very interesting.
Yeah. So we have another question. So how long is the internship? Does it guarantee a permanent position at the restaurant after the internship is completed? So not necessarily. It has happened before. Students have gone to the internship that they've chosen, the restaurant for the internship, and then they have been employed after. It is not something that we can guarantee. But the internship itself is 3 months long. It's always 3 months. And again, it's all dependent on if you're an international student or if you're a UK student. International students, your visa will be covered for the internship. After the internship is finished, you will not be able to continue on in the UK. If you wanted to be employed in the UK after, you would have to get a work visa, which we don't really get involved with. So in short, yes, it has happened, but it's not something we can guarantee.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a fantastic student,
Yeah, of course.
I mean, they'll probably, I mean, every employer wants to keep the great person
Exactly.
with a fantastic attitude and, you know, a good prospect, definitely. So, yeah, depends. Yeah.
Depends. So another question, what is the difference between the intensive cuisine diploma and the standard cuisine diploma?
Ah, okay. Intensive and, okay. All right. Well, time.
Time.
Yeah, it's all about time. Okay, you're gonna do intensive. You're gonna do it's like basic level. You're gonna do it in half the time.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at 5-6 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes. So it means by the time the normal basic level are finished, okay, you will have finished intermediate already.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, it is. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's popular. Popular if obviously you don't have as much time to use for that training. It is harder, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, there are classes on a daily basis. They include Saturdays as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to be ready for that. Definitely not much time to work around that.
No, wouldn't have.
But yeah, I mean,
So the content is very much the same.
Content
isn't it?
is the same.
Yeah.
There's no difference. So it's a choice.
It's a choice. And the visa is different as well, I guess, in that sense. You would have a student visa if you're doing the 9-month program, whereas the 6-month intensive, you don't need a visa, or you just need a visitor visa. So that is something people look for as well sometimes. Again, we only offer the intensive program twice a year, and the standard program is 4 times a year. So it's just a little less choice. But yeah, in terms of the content, it's the same. It's just more.
Yeah, same for intermediate, intensive, same.
Yeah, more lessons. So we do have one more question. If I wanted to come and visit the school, can I come? Yes. So if you wanted to visit the school, we offer in-person tours of our campus. So usually they're daily. So we're open Monday to Friday, and you can come and meet a member of the student liaisons, and we will take you around the campus, show you the cuisine kitchens, the patisserie kitchens, and of course the demonstration rooms. So yes, in answer to that, you can. So thank you very much for being here, Chef Eric. And thank you everyone for attending. And I hope you have a lovely day.
Thank you.
Thank you.